Hej!
Hej!
Hej! I dag vi skal lave en video om vores dansk.
We're the Youngs,
We've spent our lives traveling the world.
And in 2018 we moved from
Chicago, Illinois to
Copenhagen, Denmark
Now we want to share with you
how our new lives abroad
is keeping us young.
keeping us young.
are helping to keep us young. Jeg hedder Joshua. Jeg bor med sammen familie, min kone og datter.
Ja. Så jeg hedder Miranda. Jeg er 42 år, og jeg flyttede her med min familie i 2018.
Og jeg er Maja, og jeg er 17. Og sidste år jeg var på folkeskole, og nu jeg er på efterskole i Hundested. Men næste år jeg skal til gymnasiet, og jeg er so excited.
Vi har også en hund. Han hedder Brisket. Brisket er lille og sort. Brisket er 7
Måneder gammel.
Ja, og vi først besøgte til Danmark i 2012. Når Maja var 9 år.
Min far og mor bor i Amerika, i Virginia.
Ja, og mine forældre bor i Tennessee i Herman.
Og min forældre bor lige her.
Ja, vi er her.
All right, there we go. That was Maya's good with all this.
Ja.
But it was a bit of an organization to make sure we could manage this as we're still learning. But it's super exciting. Miranda and I passed the first module test of Danish, and I'd hope there'd be a slight break because I need to let my brain decompress. But no,
Except this week.
This week is a break only because it's a holiday week. It's week 7. Otherwise, we start module 2 next week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Maja, what do you think about us attempting to speak Danish?
I think it's good that you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little questionable, but I am glad that you guys are also learning, but I'm a little sad that my dad is getting better and I won't be able to talk about him in Danish in front of him anymore. So that's a downside.
But you've helped me because you and I try to speak Danish to each other a lot, and
just to get some practice. Because I'm pretty good at speaking Danish, and I can understand people very well. I can read very well. But one of the things I struggle with most is speaking Danish to people. I never speak Danish. I only speak Danish at school if I have to. If it's a presentation or a video we have to do that's not in English class, I always do it in Danish. But I never talk to my friends in Danish. I barely ever even talk to Vilas in Danish.
Yeah, and that's the challenge. The challenge that I have is that I can actually read a lot of Danish. I can write Danish. I can actually speak quite a bit of Danish. I may not say it properly because Maya's always rolling her eyes at me.
I'm not rolling my eyes. But I'm it needs a little work sometimes.
It needs a little work. But det er meget svært for mig at forstå.
Yeah. I've been going to Danish public school ever since we moved here, so I kind of was forced to learn how to understand people at least, because all of my classes are in Danish and everything. Basically ever since I moved here, they were all in Danish.
Well, let's real fast actually take a break because it's Tuesday.
Yes.
And that means try it on Tuesday. And we're going to take a quick break to see what we're going to try this week. And then we'll be back. We'll finish this up and talk a little bit more on Danish class. So for now, though, try it on Tuesday.
Woo!
So this week's Try It On Tuesday
is a follow-up.
Follow-up because I drank some of these.
Yeah. It's Veda Snaps.
Over on the Smallbow tasting video, which I'll link up to in case you missed it. And I didn't know what that was because I'd never seen it before. It's like a pear.
It's Kins, which I had heard of. You had never heard of a Kins before, but I had heard of it before. But it's not something that's super, super common. So people suggested we get tea.
Tea, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's some kvede tea.
I think.
Might be,
And I have to say, when I was making this first, It smells amazing. It smells so good, and it's like kind of fruity and perfumey, and
really, and so
really
we
nice.
have, if you haven't happened to notice, we have a obscene collection of Starbucks mugs.
We have a lot
so
of
I'm
Starbucks
drinking out of my
mugs.
home state, Virginia, Starbucks mug.
And I have Chicago, so
let's try this out.
Yeah.
It's good. It has kind of a slight earthy. I don't know if that's the right word. Earthy.
He's trolling me.
What? No, it's earthy.
It's good. It says it's a black tea with a nuanced flavor.
Well, that's the nuance.
Nuanced taste of Kommune.
Yeah. But it was good. I'm not a massive tea drinker. I tend to drink a lot of coffee, but this is nice. I like this, and I think we've got a whole box, so I'm gonna chow this down. I'll keep drinking it.
It's good to have with our massive amount of honey that we have.
Yes, because I have lots of honey. I like honey and tea.
Honey, so.
But anyway, that was a nice. It was a little subtle. Tried on Tuesday. It's not intense like schnapps or the wrong hot dog or anything like that. This is a little subtle, but we've got some interesting things planned that we're going to get out here pretty soon. But here you go. Tried on Tuesday. Some Kommune tea based on the schnapps. And skål.
Skål. We have a hyggelig evening.
All right, welcome back. Tried on Tuesday. I feel like this one was not quite as exotic as, but we've got some interesting things planned, but we wanted to try something that we discovered that somebody suggested to us in the comments. So keep coming, keep telling us stuff. But we are going to research and make sure that people aren't telling us extremely crazy things to eat.
Yeah.
So we will be careful.
Yeah.
And research what people say. But anyway, I just want to say that the whole experience of going to this class has been good. I know we mentioned that in the first one, but that was early. Now I've been for a while. Of course, it got a bit challenging because we had to shift to Zoom and we couldn't go to in-person classes anymore because of all the restrictions. But I mean, the instructor was great, and the way my class is going to work, actually, we're not in the same class. No. The way my class is going to work is I'm going to have the same instructor for the next round, so it'll be nice to carry on with the same teacher. But I will say one comment, which is, at some point it felt like it was moving at warp speed. I mean, I was still, as you could probably tell, trying to get some of the basics and the verbs.
You've done really well,
and
though.
All these, it was just like, it felt like it was going so fast that I feel like I need to just like somehow, maybe I need like Danish ASMR videos to go to sleep to help me
just
burn
subconsciously put it in there.
There's got to be some like osmosis
through
way of learning Danish.
Just like subliminal message videos.
Yeah, it's just moving so quick.
I do think it's good to sit and watch movies. Like I sat and watched a Danish movie the other day. I watched Christian the Fourth Den Siste Reise, The Last Ride. And I watched it all in Danish, but I had the Danish subtitles, which is a huge help to me. But I think that helps, like, hearing it and seeing the words, too, like,
I'm kind of bummed. I was trying to watch that Discovery Plus thing, and there's some show that I feel like it's like The Amazing Race, kind of, which I like.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, because it's all in Danish, but the app doesn't have subtitles, so I couldn't see it. Yeah, so every so often I'd be like, oh, they said a number.
Yeah.
Oh, they talked about their girlfriend. Oh, but I'm trying to watch stuff, but I really wish that had the subtitles, because it looks like a show I'd like, but because I like, in a city running, people, backpacks, chaos,
exciting.
But I can't really fully follow it.
Yeah, I remember when I was first starting to learn Danish, and sometimes I do it now, but when I was first starting, a really good way that I, learned to do stuff was just by watching, like,
kids shows.
And not, like, like toddler shows.
Yeah.
And watch it in Danish with no subtitles, and
We
then
watch a lot
eventually...
of Peppa Pig.
Yeah, we watch a lot of Peppa Pig. And eventually get to more and more, and now I can watch,
Girly Grease.
Yeah, now I can watch, like, Disney movies in Danish. Sometimes I don't even need subtitles half the time.
Yeah, see, I was trying to watch it, Finding Nemo, over Christmas, and I guess I was thinking it's like a kid's thing.
Yeah.
But those fish talk just as fast as regular adults do, so I was lost.
It's also really helpful.
I need to watch little kid stuff.
It's also really helpful to watch movies that you've already seen and know either watch like really little kid shows where the subjects are very simple, or watch something that you've already seen like 100 times, so you basically already know what they're saying.
So I need to find like Caddyshack in Danish. Or something.
But I will say one of the challenging things is that, and I never thought about this, I wonder if it's this way back in the US, like if people who speak Spanish put on closed captions, is that the captions don't always match what people are saying.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So, like, you might be hearing things in Danish, and then the captions, if you put on Danish captions, like, it is completely different what you are seeing written compared, I mean, there's whole, like, sentences missing. It's just, that can be a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I think, the listening has actually been my biggest struggle. The exercises in class where we have to listen, and then, there's, like, questions, so we know what to look for, like, what is Carlos's address? And I'm listening, and I still can't even get it when they say it, because it's just hard to me. I just need to figure out how to kind of, like, slow everything down a little bit. Maybe getting drunk, will that slow everything down? How do you make people appear as if they're talking slower to help me out? Maybe, I don't know.
And I was scared because, like, I have a tendency to, like, do conversations in my head over and over and over and over until I've basically, like, memorized it, which is, like, great for something like a presentation. But then when you go out in public, I mean, that's obviously not how things work with you're in public, and I can't just, like, spit out my presentation for Danish class to somebody, so that's what makes it frustrating, really intimidating to go out and try to speak Danish.
But we are super lucky to have a resident.
Yes, we do.
For us, at least, an expert. I know she's...
Me?
Well, not to
are you
us.
talking about
compared
me?
to us.
Well, yeah.
You are compared to us. You're like an expert.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just started the Danish classes, like, in...
October, maybe?
Yeah, October,
Yeah.
and I've been going to Danish school since we moved here. So I'm basically, like...
Well,
like 2 years ahead.
Yeah, you had...
You're like Ernest Hemingway.
She ran into a couple of her friends the other day in a store, and she responded in English, but they spoke Danish to you, and you totally understood.
That's actually, at this point, how a lot of my friends do talk to me, because, I mean, at least, after school, everyone's young, everyone knows Danish, or English, I mean, and I understand Danish. So, but I'm still too scared to speak it. So a lot of my conversations are like people speaking Danish to me and I speak English back. Yeah. And I'm sure it's probably a little frustrating for them, but it works fine for the time being. We can talk.
Yeah.
But just like I mean, I had to go through a lot of, it was a long process to, I guess, get here now where I can almost fully understand people and read. And I mean, like, I get like 4s in Danish class now, and
which I think is amazing because she's only been learning for 2 years. So I mean, think for her to get 4s is
sometimes it kind of sucks to like look back at my grades in the US where I was like a straight A student, and now I'm like, oh my god, I have the average grade. Yay!
Well, think of it this way. I think if you do GPA in the US, an A is a 4. Because it only goes up to 4. So just think of it that way. So anyway, we thought we wanted to give you an update. A lot of people have asked us how our Danish is going. And we're still trucking, still rolling ahead, and we wanted to give this to you because we wrapped it up. First one. We got 4 more modules to go, and then the super intense test after that, which would the important one we need for residency. But thank you again for watching and keeping track of us and following us on our hot dog adventures and our Max and Jagger and Oli adventures and all the different things we're doing.
I can sleep soundly at night knowing that we've rectified the hot dog situation.
And coming up on Friday, there's an interesting episode that I'm not going to give up too many things.
Exciting things
happened when we took a quick visit to Lungbusu to see the frozen over lake that we walked around. I will say this much, Brisket had the time of his life.
He enjoyed himself so much.
You need to stay tuned and see what happens on Friday because it's quite fascinating what unfolded during that trip.
I was not there, but I was laughing from afar.
She was texting, asking for every possible piece of information on this.
Yeah, because it is really funny.
Yeah.
Don't give it away.
Thank you. Yeah. Please subscribe if you haven't. It would mean so much to us. But everybody that has already, holy moly, thank you.
Yeah, my gosh. Thank you, you guys.
And,
it's amazing.
This has been so cool.
It continues to be crazy.
Yeah, and I hope you all are having a good holiday week. I hope you had a good Festivalon.
Or Valentine's Day.
Or Valentine's Day, yes.
Yeah.
And I hope you're having a good holiday week and able to enjoy some things with your family this week because we're taking a couple days off later in the week ourselves because we want to be as Danish as possible and take some days off at week 7, even though we can't go anywhere. But anyway, thank you so much. And with that, we will say hi.
Hi.